The Madness of Crowds, by Douglas Murray, is a non-fiction book that explores the growing phenomenon of identity politics and its impact on society. The book is divided into 4 parts, each exploring a different aspect of identity politics. In Part 1, Murray examines the rise of identity politics and how it has led to a culture of victimhood and intolerance. He argues that the traditional sense of individual identity is being replaced by group identities based on characteristics such as race, gender, sexuality, and religion. He notes that this shift has led to a culture of political correctness and censorship, where individuals are afraid to speak their minds and engage in honest debate. In Part 2, Murray explores the impact of identity politics on gender and sexuality. He argues that the current emphasis on gender fluidity and transgenderism is based on flawed assumptions and has led to confusion and division. He also examines the impact of the #MeToo movement on the relationship between men and women, and how it has led to a climate of suspicion and mistrust. In Part 3, Murray looks at the impact of identity politics on race and religion. He examines the concept of white privilege and argues that it is based on faulty assumptions and leads to a culture of guilt and shame. He also examines the rise of Islamic extremism and the impact it is having on Western societies. In Part 4, Murray explores the impact of identity politics on education, politics, and the media. He argues that identity politics has led to a decline in standards and a narrowing of the debate, where individuals are no longer judged on their merits but rather on their group identity. He also examines how the media is promoting a culture of victimhood and intolerance, and how this is impacting public discourse. Overall, The Madness of Crowds is a thought-provoking and controversial book that challenges readers to rethink their assumptions about identity, politics, and society. Murray argues that the emphasis on group identities is driving a wedge between people and creating a more divided and fragmented society. He calls for a return to individualism and a rejection of group identities as the basis for personal and societal progress.